Home Slices. This is Kiara with Home Slice Adulting, coming to you with my weekly vlog series entitled Driving Home, because we all know that there's no better feeling than getting off on a Friday evening knowing that you don't have to go back to work the next day. And that's for those of us who work a regular Monday through Friday work week. But thank you for clicking on this video. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And for those of you who do not know, I use this series to kind of talk about how my week went, if things stood out to me during the week, or if there are things, you know, going around on social media and all that type of stuff. And just, you know, just to chat and just to keep me accountable for making great videos, and keep myself accountable for making consistent videos, because there have been periods of time. I've been doing YouTube for maybe 2 or 3 years now, maybe closer to 3 years, and my consistency has always been off, or like I'll be on for a number of months and then something will happen in my life. School will start back, you know, things will happen in my life that I'm just not consistent. So this is my way of keeping myself accountable and staying in touch with my channel and continuing to put up some type of content. So today there's, I guess, 2 things I want to talk about. The first thing is I will not be commenting on the Disney brawl. It's been a big deal, and I know that it exists, and I know that it happened, and I know that other people have talked about it, but I kind of refuse to. I purposely have not watched the video because I'm getting to the point where I'm realizing the importance of like curating the things that you intake in the media that you intake, and how that has a profound effect on like your mood and on your feelings and stuff. And so by curating the things that I listen to, the things that I observe, and making sure that these are only positive things, I ensure that I have like a positive mood. And I feel like watching that would have put me in a negative mind state. I think that it is, you know, full of negativity. Physical, domestic violence, of course, is never okay. The fact that it happened in a public space, and we all know that Black people carry this burden of being the representatives of their race. And for this family of Black people to get out here and act a fool in a public place is a demonstration to the world that all Black people act this way. And even though that's not the way it should be, even though we don't hold white people to the same standards, because I just was scrolling on Facebook or something and saw a video of white people fighting at a baseball game, like good, clean family fun at a baseball game, and you know, white people can't act right because their teams are opposing each other. But those white people who are getting into fights at those games don't represent all of white humanity, right? So I don't want to like read into that negativity. I don't want to consume that negativity. And I'm not going to watch the video. I'm just like, it makes me cringe to think that it even happened. And it's not so much of like, oh, this is embarrassing to Black people, but it's just like a disgrace. And I'm hoping that this family gets help. I'm hoping that the responsible parties are held accountable for their actions. And I hope that they didn't put Black people back, you know, a number of years by acting a fool in such a viral way. But aside from that, I want to talk about something that happened basically just now, just a few minutes ago. So I have been talking about starting an online business for a number of months now. And up until recently, I didn't know what I wanted to sell online. I'm not going to share that here because there's something about telling people your plans that kind of throws you off. I'll talk more about that later. But anyways, so I wanted to open this online business because as a person who's in graduate school to get her MBA, this is my Master's of Business Administration, I want to make sure that I'm putting this degree to good use, okay? And I thought that, or I believe that opening my business during the summer when I'm not in school and when my job has like this really big lull nothing is really going on would be like a great idea, a great way for me to supplement my income, a great way for me to do something creative and something fun. So during my taxes, I got a sizable tax return that I was not expecting, and I decided to set aside half of that tax return to start this business. And because it's an online business and I don't have to buy, rent a location or anything like that, I don't have a lot of overhead. The amount of money that I had set aside was pretty reasonable for starting a business. So up until today, the most I had done was like research. I have been doing some research on like the stuff that I wanted to sell, like the type of stuff that I wanted to sell. I've been doing some research on creating a budget for my business, figuring out how much it was going to cost to get started up, but nothing was finalized. And I feel like a lot of times when we want to do something with our lives, things that we have never done before, things that kind of require us to be bold and to step out of our comfort zone, we create this safe space, or it is our safe space. I guess it's our comfort zone, and we do what's comfortable to us, and that allows us to create excuses for not taking action towards those goals. And so for me, I like to be held accountable for stuff, because I know that if I don't tell people about some of the things that I want to do, that I'm not going to hold myself accountable for them. And telling people about, as little information as possible, telling them, hey, I've been telling people that I work with and telling people at school or, at the university I go to is, hey, I'm going to start a business this summer. And so I have people who will check in on me and say, oh, hey, how is that going? And because I have this, duty to be accountable to myself and to others, it pushes me to have progress. And that's what they say about a lot of things, about losing weight and, working towards anything, is having accountability partners can really work for you. And so I've kind of created this environment where I'm not shy about telling people, hey, this summer I'm starting an online business. And up until recently, like I said, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but now I'm like very firm on what type of business it's going to be. So, the point I'm trying to make is that I had been kind of, is it gun shy? Is that the word? About kind of pulling the trigger, for lack of a better analogy at this moment, on doing things towards actually starting that business. Like I said, I had only been doing research. I had only been getting prices on how much it would cost for me to get a website and how much it would cost for me to get, graphic design software, and how much it would be for me to register my business with the state and all that type of stuff. And so for me, that was my comfort zone. I love researching stuff. Like, I research stuff so much. Like, when I have to make a purchase, I do a bunch of research before I actually make that purchase, just to make sure that I'm buying the thing that's best for me. So I check out reviews, I check out tutorials, I check out, all the specs and everything. And that was my comfort zone for me. My comfort zone was in doing research for figuring out how to start this business. And in that comfort zone, I realized I wasn't really making any progress. I was just writing down figures saying, hey, I need this much money to buy the website. I need this much money to, make sure that my website is built. And, that was my comfort zone. And so for me, today, I decided that I was going to create a to-do list where I would finalize my budget. I was going to create my business email. I was going to buy my domain name, or my website name, and that I was going to actually complete the application to register my business with the Secretary of State and actually create the business in Washington State. So just 25 minutes ago, I completed all of those things on my to-do list, and I feel really great about it. And a lot of times we stall our progress because we don't even take the first step. And sometimes taking the first step is like if you have a boulder at the top of a hill and you need to push the boulder down the hill for whatever reason, and you're looking at the size of this boulder and you're sizing it up and you're measuring it and trying to figure out how much force you need to push this boulder down the hill, and you're analyzing it and all that kind of stuff. And then at some point you realize, maybe I don't need all this information, or maybe I do need all this information, but what's stopping me from just pushing this boulder? Or for me asking somebody for help to push this boulder down the hill. And all you need is a single push, and like the rest of everything else falls into place. And sometimes all you need is that push to get started, and everything else falls into place. And so today I actually did all those things on my to-do list. I have a website name. I have completed the application to register my business with the state, and they usually take 2 business days to take care of that. And so there are a lot of intermediate steps that I need to take care of, like actually designing the thing that I want to sell and other things like that. But the most important part now is that I got started. And that feels great. And so for me, I feel like extra proud of myself today. So I'm going to go meet my boyfriend at Applebee's. We're going to have some pina coladas and have a good time and celebrate. Thank you all for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you all in 2 days or so for my review on Iyanla Fix My Life. And don't forget to check out my other videos as well. Peace out, home slices.